Welcome back, everybody, to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnaughts. Grumpy Grandpa Gaming. This is episode 2 of our Kingdom of Italy 1890 Legendary campaign. So, last episode, we did make it 10 years into the game, fighting just one quick war with the British Empire, which brought us British Somaliland into the fold. I would have liked to have grabbed more. We did have the points to get more, but we didn't get anything else in the peace concessions. But we did end that war just in time, as there was a British army coming out of East Africa that was about to take Italian Somaliland from us, so it was good timing on that, and this did help consolidate our border down in East Africa. So, it looks like the British might be angling for another engagement with us. We're at negative 14 with them, and they are the only nation that's basically unhappy with us right now. So if they want a second go around, I'll definitely take it, and we'll have enough time to get our fleet back in order, everything repaired, refit, and up to date. So I think that covers the recap, because nothing much did happen, but it is now 1900, so we are going to go into our ship refits here. And my plan for it right now is to... Where's my other fleet? I think it's at Mogadishu. Nope. Masao. We're going to retain the Imperator, and I'm going to rebase that in Ancona. I'm going to mothball the 2 heavy cruisers, and I'm going to retain the 3 light cruisers temporarily, and mothball the torpedo boats that are in this fleet. So we'll just basically be retaining the heavy cruiser. The lights are probably going to get replaced within a few months as new light cruisers are built up. As these are the oldest light cruisers, they're going to start getting replaced because we don't have too many ports. And with this refit, I'll be building more of the second generation light cruisers to replace the first generation ones as port guards. So let's go jump into this. Alright, we now get to design ourselves a new battleship. I just went through and refit the Imperator and the Augustus. Imperator didn't have any changes made to her outside of some additional armor. The Augustus had her rear 10-inch ripped off and a 13-inch put in its place, so she's got a 10-inch forward and a dual 13 in the rear. So now we get to do a new one. So the fast Dreadnoughts available to us, I really don't like these designs, or this hull, so we're not going to be using that. And the semi-Dreadnoughts coastal defense design, we're definitely not using that, which leaves us with Battleship 3 or Battleship 1, which both go up to 17,000 tons. I'm going for maximum tonnage on these ships. So, I do like the way these are look when they're max tonnage, because they get a lot of gun decks on them. They just look cool. And I have a feeling the Battleship 1 hull is probably going to go out pretty soon. But, with the maximum tonnage, she does get a lot of gun bursts on her. Problem is, it reduces the size of the guns we can put on her. And these things always look beastly when you do have them decked up, but you're basically going to end up with the same design, though we can put larger casemates in her. So I think we're going to go with this hull. So much as I like the Battleship 1 hull, I do think it's going to become obsolete here fairly soon. This gets a speed of 18 knots to, well, they both get 18 knots now. It was 16 originally. This Battleship 2 actually gets 20 knots, but it's 1,500 tons lighter. So I think the 18 knots is fine. So we'll give her a speed of 18 knots. And this is going to be the Tiberius. Second Roman Emperor. One of the things I always found funny about this ship is where this is laid out right here. This looks like it should be a swimming pool on this ship. Get this weird dual funnel design, and I can't put it any further back than that, really. Really, unless I put it back there. Let's put them there for now. I don't think we're going to get the 13s on her. Oh, the 13s will fit, which has a really bad forward firing arc. Just basically no forward firing arc because of that. There we go. I think the 11s can get a decent forward firing arc going on the front. And we'll do the 13s in the rear for her. There we go. And that definitely helps with the 4-weight offset on these ships. Casemates. We can get 7s on here. Let's see how much firepower we can put on this thing. It's going to be too much weight. Oh, yeah. Way overweight already. But I haven't done the new armor yet either. And what do we get for torpedoes? We just get a forward and aft, so we're not even going to put those on. And can we get some 2-inchers on here? Up in the tower. Just to help take down any torpedo boats that come close. That's about all they're good for. And some secondaries. Possibly 3-inchers. There and there. Once again, just to help with torpedo boats. I'm going to give her induced boilers. Steam expansion 1. RV plate. Almost got her underweight now, but about to jump that back up again. Yeah, we jumped that up a lot. Too bad we haven't gotten improved powder yet. Yes, reload, and stereoscopic 1 is now unlocked for us, so we gotta drop 2,000 tons off this thing. So I think we reduce these 7s down. Be nice to have them, but they are a bit big. We go with 6ers. That immediately jumped us over weight. And 4-weight offset's really high. So let's drop those 6ers. I wouldn't think the 4-weight would be so high. Let's move this funnel back. Still with the high 4-weight, and I can't drop them both back there. This is dead space for the funnels, which is kind of annoying. It's really moved my Citadel to the rear. I'm not crazy about that. I'm not crazy about that at all. Go with 5-inch casemates. Still ran us overweight, but I can reduce some of the armor on that 13. But we have Mark II guns unlocked already for the 13s, which means everybody else does too. So I'm not crazy on armor reduction. And 18 inches. So we can already pen our armor at close range. But let's drop that to 15, see what that does. Barely moved it. Oh. Alright, so let's take that down to 13. Both of them. 11-incher. Let's drop you to 11. 13s will drop to 13. 5-inchers do not need that type of armor. And the 2-inchers are going down to 1-inch. They do not need that type of armor whatsoever. 2-inchers get knocked out. I'm not crying over it. Let's get rid of these 3s. There we go. It's still showing the 3s there for a second. Why is it still showing me 3-inchers? I just took them all off. I've got no 3s left on here. What's it still showing me the 3s? Interesting. Let's drop these down even more. I don't want to, but apparently we have to. I'd like to retain the 5s, but I don't think that's... And I don't want to drop the 13. That's our big punch right there. Drop these to... And they can't even mount there. So they're actually too small to mount there, but it still puts us back overweight. Use your range. There we go. I get the 5s back into you. And that puts us back overweight, but not too bad overweight. Okay. I think 14,000 kilometer range is fine for this ship. I could reduce it even more, but I see us sailing around Africa at some point. So we do kind of need that. All right, 115 tons. Where am I pulling that from? Could just drop all those 2-inchers. And that left us 5 tons short. Right, 5 tons. Well, engine efficiency is 257%, so we can drop one of those funnels right there. There we go. I wasn't even looking at engine efficiency. Oh my god, look at where my Citadel is. Holy crap, it's in the 3 aft sections. That is not a good place. That's because I have my stacks back there. And the 4-weight's still high. And I can't bring that back any further. Oof. Oh, I'm not liking this. I think she'll suffice for now. Hopefully at the next refit we can do something about that 4-weight offset. I mean, we could go to front tower 3. No, we do take some big hits on aiming speed and accuracy. It's a 2-point hit on both of those. Damage control takes a big hit. So, I think we roll with her for now. I'm not really happy with it. But who knows? I could be wrong. I've been unhappy with designs before and seen them outperform my expectations. So, say hello to Tiberius. We'll give her the latest Emperor a shot and see how it does. Alright, we now get to do ourselves a new heavy cruiser. We're still kind of stuck with the armored cruiser hull for now. Ooh, got a nasty thunderstorm rolling in, it sounds like. So we're going to use an armored cruiser hull 3, which only gets 16.9 knots. Armored cruiser 1 gets 20, but I really don't like that hull. It only maxes at... we'll lose 500 tons, but I kind of need her to keep pace with the battleship she's escorting, which gets 18 knots. So this is going to be the Papadonato class. I know I just screwed that up. So we're going to go with the extra speed as much as I don't want to use the hull. And this is for Rainy Day Today. That's his class name. Alright. Let's see what we can do with this hull. I'd rather use the other hull, but we need the speed. I think we're going to run into the same problem we had the last time during the live stream. It's getting the engine efficiency up there. There we go, 123%, but that's before we throw everything else onto it. Alright, I'm going to try and stick with 8 inches is still Mark 1. 9 inches now Mark 2. Can I get the 9 inches on her? Way too... That barely fits. But if it fits, it sits. They're definitely not going to fit at the next refit, but they fit for now. I throw in some casemates. We go up to 4 inches on her. Some torpedo launchers. And can I get some 2 inches up in the towers? Now I can get some 2 inches right there. That's okay. Alright, let's go. Harvey armor. Barbette 2, anti-torp 1, double hull bottom, reinforced bulkheads, anti-flood 1, citadel. Max HE shells. We're going to go with soft capped and capped. And ballastite and gun cotton. Electrical 1 turrets, enhanced reload, 17-inch torpedoes. And a stereoscopic rangefinder for these 9-inch guns. That actually leaves us with some tonnage to play with. That is a horrible range. There we go. It's a little better. Doesn't even really match the battleship. But did need to get that pitch and roll down. Let's go -5 on you. That is not really helping our stability. Just max that beam. That rear turret can swing around really well. 5-inch belt, 3-inch deck. Helped a little bit, not much, but it's better than what it was. Let's go 1 inch on everything else if we can, and that actually brought our weight up to 8237. It did give us some more weight to play with. I know increasing the beam does do that. Give me a 6-inch belt, 4-inch deck. 5-inch deck. As much deck armor as we do belt armor. Goes up to 6-inch belt, so we can probably get the deck up to 6. There we go. Really don't want to reduce the draft anymore. We are seriously reduced the range on this ship already to 7,600 kilometers. I don't want to reduce that anymore. So I think she goes as she is. Just add a little more junk into the trunk here to get that four-way down just a little bit more. I think that's it. I think this entire series is going to be cursed by design. Say hello to the Gunpino Gunpapa Dreadnaught. I know I just screwed that up a second time. And we're going to build 2 of these to go with the battleship. And before I forget, we were making 2 of these, and JP Pauly, I know you requested a light cruiser, but because of the name of this first one, I'm going to use your light cruiser name for this heavy cruiser. And this is going to be the Grumpa Consigliere. So we got the Grumpino and the Consigliere are the 2 new heavy cruisers going into service. It's going to take 13 months to build, 14 with the commissioning. And the Tiberius is 16 months to build with 17 with the commissioning. So actually not too bad right now. But we'll see as we start building more ships. Now, originally I wasn't going to show the ship refits, but this is... I kind of knew this was going to happen. I mean, if you look at this. So this is the La Spezia class. And those 5 inchers, which I said were not going to fit, no longer fit. So we got to replace all of these. So she's definitely getting knocked down to 4-inch guns. Which I hate to do. But I don't think we have a choice in the matter. Oh, that hurts. Just lost all of that firepower. And that's definitely not going to sit there, is it? No. Should I throw one more forward? Does that affect these 2? No, it does not. Yeah. We got the tonnage. Why not use it? Yep. Yeah, I know they got poor arcs of fire. I know. They're good chase guns. Let's see here. So we are freeing up some tonnage here. I might be able to play with the calibers a little bit. Hydraulic. Got electrical, 17-inch torpedoes. Guess sticking with coincidence. And now to get mine layer 3. I mean, these are going to start coming out of service anyway. And every time I think my phone's on silent. At least it waited until much, much later than the opening. So I think we're just going to play with the calibers here. And we go to 4.1s and increase their... You're not going to fit. We'll give them the 4.9s. 4.9s fit. What about gun length? 5%. Let's see if I can't make this work. Oh, there we go. Okay, just a tiny reduction in firepower. So, I mean, 4.9, Mark II 4-inchers. We're not losing too much, and I just gave them their maximum length, so they can really reach out and touch somebody. It's actually just a matter of being able to hit what they fire at. Like I said, these things are actually going to start coming out of service here soon, so this is really not that important, but just wanted to show you the major change that we had to make to the La Spezia. Alright, we now get to do a new light cruiser. I didn't have no problems on the last refit with the other ship. So we're going back to the light cruiser hull design. I'm really not a fan of those semi-armored cruiser designs. And that first one was Light Cruiser 1, which only goes to 3,500. Light Cruiser 2 does go up to 7,000 tons, and we're able to use 5,000 of that. And this is going to be the Scipii class for Amy Vargas. Alright, so let's start putting this thing together. Don't tell me this tower's going to give me an issue. Yeah. I do like these ships a little better. We're actually going to increase the beam on this thing. I just want her to be a little bit wider. See if we can't get the 6s to sit. Not with that tower, huh? Maybe we can make the 6ers work. No, probably not. Okay, looks like we're going to 5s. They may still be way too big. Okay. Yeah, looks like I may end up going back to... yeah, never mind. Looks like I don't want to do another big 4-inch gunner. Actually, you know what? We are. Since I know I can increase the size of those 4s to basically make them 5-inch guns. That's what we're going to do. Can't believe those actually sat there, but that's probably going to change once I increase the size of those guns. I still have some tonnage to play with here. Not much. And you don't get mines because you're not a port guard yet. Did I not put a launcher? I did put a launcher back there. Alright, let's get these up to 4.9. Yep, I knew that was going to be an issue up there. I know we can make these still work back here. Somehow. We can do it. We can make it work. Come on, you know you want to sit. There we go. I knew I could get you to sit. Let's increase that length. 5% all the way, okay. Some protection, get that belt up. 2.5 is as big as we can go on the belt with these things. Let's get that deck armor up there. Get that crew definitely need crew protection on these light cruisers. They are paper thin. All right, we got something happening with this. 101% engine efficiency, so I don't want to drop a single one of these funnels. Run the fore and aft belts up until we hit weight. All right. Go 1/2 inch on the fore and aft decks. Now for the superstructure. There we go. 4,999 of 5,000. We're going to build ourselves 3 of these. This is the Scipii class. I'm going to wait for this load screen to go through because I'm going to rename 2 of these immediately. wrong ship there. Almost built 3 more of the older battleships. Which probably wouldn't be a bad idea, but we just can't really afford that. You guys are all going to go to La Spezia. So we have the Scipii. Come on, click the whole name, damn it. Okay, that's getting annoying. The Cincinnatus for Grimwolf. And the Gruntpaw Lung, which is an homage to our live streams. If you don't follow live stream campaigns, the live stream campaigns are much looser, a lot more fun had during them. Gruntpaw Lung is a reference to I don't pay for smoke dispensers for my ships. I just hand out really cheap cigars to my entire crew, tell them to get on deck and start puffing away, and that's how we create our smoke screen. So that's a little bit of an homage to that. And that is for Josh Street. Alright, now we gotta refit the torpedo boats and then design a new one. Alright, we now have a torpedo boat to design here. The A's did get a refit, but it really didn't do anything for them. And we do have the torpedo boat destroyer available to us, which means hopefully by 1905 we will have the actual destroyer hulls available. And this is going to be the B series of torpedo boats. We're just going to go with letters for the torpedo boats. They won't actually get class names. But just a reminder, if you are a channel viewer and you like a torpedo boat destroyer with your name on it, just let me know in the comments below, and they will stay throughout the entire series. If they get sunk or replaced, they'll just get a new ship named after it. So they'll be around for the entire series, depending on how long they survive or not. So we're starting out with 800 tons of displacement, 29 knots of speed, same speed as the A class. So we're going to see what we can do to this to just make her a little bit more powerful than the A's. Definitely want triple tubes on this one. I'll put 3 inches on this ship and see how many we can actually fit, since we really can't armor them up. 788. So I don't think we're going to have as many guns on here. Definitely can't fit any over there. Oh, let me go away from that funnel. Ooh, that really dropped the engine efficiency. Oh, we haven't put the improved engines in yet, so let's go back to the smallest funnel we can put on. Let's get that extra 3-incher in there. Who has a bad sector of fire? Yeah, Torp doesn't have the best sector of fire, but that's okay. Everybody's got a good sector of fire. I don't know what the hell this is talking about here. Engine efficiency is at 50%. Okay, yeah, that's got to go. %, not much better. Okay, I'll move you to just a little bit more. Didn't really help. You got a better arc. Let's move you back. That's better. Oh, I think it's talking about this split that we see with these two guns here with the crossover because of the torpedo. That's okay. That's fine. That is something I can definitely live with. Gun cotton, electric, balisite. Reload, 17-inch torpedoes, not getting a minesweep package, and we can't add any armor onto this. Let's increase the caliber of the guns. 3.9. Because we can't put 4s on. Oh, we can put 4s on here. But the 4s put us overweight, but I can just drop their... Actually, what I wanted is, we're not going to go to standard torpedo loadout. We're going to go reduced loadout. There we go. The whole point is I don't keep these around for a second torpedo pass, so they only need what's in their tubes, and that's it. Once they fire off what's in their tubes, I get them gone. It's that simple. They do not hang around to fight. 786. Can I get you to 30 knots? No. That adds a lot of tonnage. Okay. Let's increase the size of these 4s. Basically make... Oh, I'm increasing their armor. They don't need that. These things don't need armor. There's no armor on the ship whatsoever. Increase these calibers. Oh, that put us way overweight real fast. Because that's the ammunition. There we go. I'm going to make them 4.1s. Give them an extra length. 796 of 800. You guys a better sector of fire. Not really. By moving a little further back, they don't get that forward arc. I think this will be fine. Yep, say hello to the B class. And we're going to hang on for the loading screen here since 2 of these are getting named off the bat. And we're well over our dockyard tonnage already. Just because we're refitting everything. And then after some of the refits are done, we're going to start immediately building 10 more of the Umbria class to start replacing the La Spezias at port guard duty. Let's build 5 of those. You guys are going to La Spezia. Alright, so I have for Jabberwock. They are Winio. Premio. And the Darwinio. Corona. All right. So, almost 10,000, a little over 10,000 tons over. Actually, we do have to, it's 19, we got to throw that into there right away. Negative 31 million a month, but that'll reduce as soon as the refits are done, but that's something we can't afford right now is negative 31 million a month. No, we're back at 200% transport capacity, so we just dropped that right down. There we go. Negative 24 million a month. I can live with that. I don't want to take anything else out of crew training because that's only at 33%. It's adding 72 men a month. We're about to eat through that 9,451 men we have in the crew pool. All right. Hopefully we can keep ourselves. Nobody dislikes us except for the British, so we should be at peace for a while, possibly up to 1905. So I hope this isn't another episode where I have 2 refits back to back, but we'll see. Ding, ding, round 2. So it looks like we are back at war with Great Britain. It's now April of 1902. All my refits are done, and I have actually replaced all of the La Spezias. I had actually accidentally built 10 more Scipiis instead of 10 more of the older class, but I think that's a happy accident. It actually improves our logistics a little better than having a bunch of the older light cruisers as port guards, though these ships can't put out mines. Not until 1905 they won't be able to. So there is that. So we did ally with Japan. Just to tell you how we got to this point as quickly as we did, because this could have taken a lot longer. We ended up allying with Japan, who was at war with Spain, who was allied with Great Britain. So now we're at war with Great Britain. We should have a war kick off with Spain at the same time, or fairly soon, because their relations with us dropped very precipitously. So, press conference UX about recent evidence that foreign espionage targets our Navy. How do you respond? In unrest, 39 plus. One unrest and a little negative with the Soviets. Screw it. Guarantee victory upcoming war. Of course I can. But I don't want to mess with our GDP. Well, it looks like we're going to no good choices there. Even with the war budget, we're only getting plus 23 million a month now. How many mothballs do I have left? Not many. As soon as I mothballed these light cruisers, they started going like hotcakes. Then again, they're cheap. So, Gaeta. Why is this La Spezia not mothballed? Poor Gaeta. Did I not send one there? Apparently I did not. Okay, I'll build one more Scipii to send a gate. No, we can just leave that there. It doesn't matter. We'll just get a mothballed at the next refit. Also, we have started the conquest of Albania. We're now 2 turns into that. One more turn, we will control Albania, which will be a big boom. And we are once again attacking into Ethiopia, now with a 47% advance. Last time we tried this, Ethiopia kicked our ass. But we didn't put a lot of troops into this. We started with like 40,000 troops. We've taken 7,000 casualties. But it looks like they pulled troops out of this attack because of the war with Britain. So there is that. So hopefully we'll have these 2 additional colonies soon to help buff up our income a little bit. Well, I'm not really sure. We have a center government in charge right now. Province income is 10%. Okay, so we do actually have a good government in place for it. Even though it's a monarchy, we do lose a little money from having a monarchy. It's 5% GDP, negative 5% GDP growth, but that's not too bad. With the center party in charge, we actually bring in money from our colonies. Albania is worth 120 million, which is not much. And Ethiopia is another 180, but any little bit helps at this point because our economy, even though it's growing at 8%, sucks. It really sucks. Alright, let's move the Missile fleet right into the strait. Last time I had it sitting here and the British just kind of sailed past it, so I'm just going to move us into a blocking position right here at the Barbel Mandeb. So I think it's only like 40 miles across there. You're not getting past the fleet. They want to come into the Med, they're going to go all the way out and around. It looks like they're trying to shift some ships out east also. Oh, where are you? Are you coming to... You're moving up into the Adriatic. Either dispel my invasion or do something. What are you? 2 torpedo boats. I am not worried about you. 3 those are going there also. 3 battleships, 7 heavies, 8 lights, and 31 That's a battle I hope we get. That will be a good fight. This is the new Tiberius battle group, which... Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I think I'd be happier if it was the Augustus battle group, because at least they have a trained crew. Also, I'm watching Great Britain slowly fall apart. They've lost Scotland. They lost Eastern India. They've lost all their control of the islands out here. I'm just watching Great Britain just slowly fall apart, probably because of all the wars it's in. But they do have a large fleet still. They have a fleet of 190 ships. It actually was lower a few months ago. They were at 135 ships, and now back up to 190. But the Spanish only have 19 if they jump into the war. But they still like us, so they may or may not jump into the war. We were at 100%. They've now down to 48. Everybody else still likes us except for the Soviets and the French. And I really can't use a war against the French. What is their... Actually, what does Britain's logistics look like? They're at 17%. Even with all those light cruisers, they are at 17%. But France is at 100%. We get into a war with France, and we're going to lose a ground campaign against them. But all right, I think I rambled on long enough, so let's get this moving along. All right, we do have a cruiser duel here, and it's the light cruiser Toronto, which is one of the new Scipii class, is engaged in the heavy cruiser Theseus, which is a Drake class. We fought these before. I mean, it looks like they changed the armament a little bit. I don't remember them having dual 7-inchers, but now they do. I think they had 6-point-somethings previously. And 14 single 3-inch guns. And we're about equal tonnage, so the Drakes have been around a while. It was refit in 1899. It's now 1902, which doesn't mean it's old, but I think it's either an 1890 or an 1895 ship. So, hence the equality in tonnage there. So, let's go jump into this and see how the new Scipis do. Alright, we even started engaging the British heavy cruiser at a range of around 8 kilometers. It's low on fuel, which means it's a nice, easy target for us. Looks like our shells are starting to land close. I say it does see us, and now it's firing. Let's see who can get the more accurate shots first. We're at extreme range for our guns. What armor do you have? 5-inch belt. Okay, we can punch that. Or maybe not. .6 penetration. And maybe we'll get lucky. I think AP is fine for now. Basically have all of our guns firing. Wish I had a longer range on these torpedoes. Hit partial pens with the AP. Oof. Hit our funnel, not good. Their fire is a lot more accurate than ours, sadly. Well, we've got 12% aim now. We actually have a higher aim, but she's hitting us more consistently. That's annoying. Drop to cruise speed, please. Let's get that aim up. So far, it's just superficial structural damage. I'm just a little annoyed that she's hitting us more consistently, even though we have the better aim. Go over to HE. I mean, if the class of light cruiser before, you could drop a Dreadnought or pre-Dreadnought. You can do a heavy cruiser from the same time period. Partial pen and fire. There we go. That's what I want to see. As long as we're setting fires, that's what matters. Arranging your torpedoes. 0.6. Okay, I can safely come in for a torpedo run, so let's do that. Let's go bow on. What I want to do is try and get the bow torp to fire off, pass by with our port torpedo, and swing around with the starboard if I can. Or the aft then starboard, because we do have an aft torpedo on here. So I already lost one of my forward guns. Yeah, forward center's gone. They don't have really any armor on them anyway, so understandable. .6% crew loss. Starting to do a bit of structural damage, sure. So if we win this fight, the AI probably try to keep these heavy cruisers from getting into a duel with us. Get that bow torp fired, please. I want to spin out and stay out of her range. Fire that bow torp, damn it. There he goes. Let's get that port armed and ready to go. Okay, that missed completely. That's gonna go right by her bow. Turn out hard. Almost sailed into her torpedo range. Alright, skipper's out of action. We now over 50% aim. Oof. To their 30, their threes have a 50% aim also. That hit just really messed with our aim. We're at 14% crew loss or 8% crew loss. This is not looking good for us. We have a damaged engine. We taking out any of her guns? No. One of our casemates, forward starboard's taken out, but that does us no good. It looks like we're in a position where she's not firing too often. And we are still taking float damage. Yeah, 20% crew loss. We haven't lost our ability to aim our guns yet or our damage control. The torpedo launch has gone down heavily. Just sent another torpedo out. Hopefully that one will connect. It looks like it should. Nice. Good hit. I figure that torpedo would do a lot more damage against an older ship like that. It's a 17-inch torpedo. Unless they upgrade her torpedo protection, but her year of refit would say otherwise. And she is flooding hard. We haven't taken our damage control, so let's probably get that back pretty quickly. Go to auto select on your guns, please. See what we can get. Keep firing AP and it does nothing. We'll switch over. Partial pens. Get this engine back up and running, please, gentlemen. try and get that bow torp into her. Once again. I think she might be trying to disengage. We're both running really slow right now. It's just a slow chase. Can we get that bow torp out? Lost another forward gun. Nope, we didn't. Okay. Get that bow torp fired. Oh, we lost all of our torp ammo. Crap. Actually, swing around her aft because of her angle. Might have a better chance, though. Oof. Lost a lot of guns on that side. Swing to starboard around. This is a fight to the death right here, but looks like she's going to lose to flooding. There she goes. Whew. Good job, Toronto. Alright, we lost 115 men off our crew. They lost 361 with the heavy cruiser Theseus. Giving us 2,732 points to their 72. Alright, we do have ourselves a small encounter. I wouldn't exactly call it a small encounter. We have 3 of our light cruisers, 2 to New Scipio's, and the last La Spezia in service. Going after the battleship Lunzen of the Bulwark class, supported by the light cruiser Archer of the Juno class. We fought the Junos before. It's an older light cruiser. It's a 2,072-ton light cruiser. So she's about the same time period as the La Spezia, or the Attilio Regolo, the last La Spezia in the service. So, 2 dual 12.1, 6 single 6.1s, 14 single 5.7s, 2 single 1.9s. Kind of dangerous to get up close to this thing. It only has a speed of 16 knots, though. Negative 22% on the armor. Her only flaw is she's overweight. I mean, the Archer's got quite a few flaws going on. Low fuel efficiency, bad cruising speed, turning rate, water pumping, fire extinguishing. We might be able to cook her off pretty quickly if we're lucky. Though some of these ships, wow. Mozambano has like no defects. This is the Attilio, okay. Basilicata's got a bunch of defects. Alright, let's go jump into this one. Alright, we've engaged the Battleship London at a range of around 8.9 kilometers. Maximum range, basically, for our 4-inch guns, I believe. Yeah, we started engaging her at maximum range, so we actually had very good spotting. The Attilio is in the lead, which is a good thing, because she has a regular crew. The other 2 are cadets. Problem is, everybody's firing at the same ship at the same time, so aim is not that great right now. Drop us down to 18 knots. Full speed for the Attilio. A little under full speed for the other 2 ships, since the Attilio is the slowest of the 3. Aim is only at 4.1% at this range. And the armor scheme of the London's actually pretty bad, so I'm really hoping we can land some of these long-range shots, as her belt is 10.8 inches, but the rest of her armor is 0.3 all the way around, so we can easily punch through her as long as we're not hitting the belt. And we're going to continue sailing straight at her, as we do have the 6 guns forward, plus some of our side cannons can fire. I'm really hoping we get some of these long-range shots to hit. kilometers. Yeah, we're going to punch right through her, even with the HE. And how did we just... Did she just sail into the smoke screen? Damn it. No, she didn't, but we lost sight of her. That was kind of weird. And we're just going to try and torp this thing down. It's not good for us to try and get in too close because of all those secondaries she has, but I think torping her down is our best chance. $50 damage, partial pen. At a range of just under 5 kilometers, yeah, we can go right through this thing. We just got to hit it first. Keep nose on. Mazambano. Start firing at the archer. Never mind. That was a hard hit right there. Just stick with the HE, boys. Just stick with the HE. %, aim. Already increasing very well. Done a lot of damage to her tower. Skipper's down, which is going to affect her aim. There's another big hit right there. Yeah, we're just punching through her. I could run up our speed, but I just want to keep the good aim that we got going right now. Taking down 2% of her crew, which has already damaged her crew damage control. She does not have a lot of crew in that ship. The Archer has half as many, and she's 3,000 tons to their 13. Looks like she's trying to come in the screen, but it's going to be way too late. London's already burning pretty good. I'm liking these new light cruisers. They are doing their work. I think as long as they don't get in single-on duels with anything above a heavy cruiser, they'll be fine. 2 or 3 of them working together seems to be doing very well. Looks like the Archer might be trying to disengage already. Oh, cook off. Goodbye. Start heading towards the Archer. Throw your guns on it. They may have got that fire under control, but she is done. Let's speed this up a little bit here. I think the British would have learned the first time around. That looks like it was an AP shell hit. Yeah, she's firing AP with those smaller guns. It's penetrating, but she's got to hit us. Yeah, she's only firing AP. That AP is doing quite a bit of damage. already have 14% crew loss, damage control going down. That torpedo's not going to hit. Or is it? Nope, just missed. That actually came very close. I'm a little surprised. Battleship did no damage to us. This light cruiser is. Boom. That's a good hit right there. And she's already getting... I can never get my float back the way this thing is. There she goes. So she had that big jump and float before it went back down again. Oof. I wish my ships could do that. Alright, we actually lost only 24 men in that engagement. They lost 962 between the Battleship London and the Light Cruiser Archer. How much was the London worth? 29.1 million. 22.2, 29.2 we'll call it. The Archer is worth 5.3 million. New Scipios are 10.2 million. And the older Regalia is 7.1 million. So they stand to gain more out of this fight than we did. 9,000 points for a battleship, so not much. Alright, we do have ourselves a task force defense here off the coast of Italian Somaliland, which the British are also running a land invasion into once again, and we have like nobody defending against it. I'd like to know where my army is right now. You know, besides the small token force we're invading Ethiopia with, I'd love to know where it is right now. But, like I said, we do have a task force coming in. It's the Sea of Hispania Agrippa, which is the Scipii class once again, which is 700 tons overweight. She has quite a few defects. Biggest one being a negative 6% gun accuracy and almost negative 13% on range. Shell muzzle velocity is down almost about 11%, a little over. I mean, this is a poorly built ship. La Spezia shipyards, what are you doing? Oh no, this was built in Naples. All these were built in Naples, so yeah, Mafia. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. So let's go jump into this one. Alright, I have changed my mind about... Whoa, that lightning strike hit right there. I have changed my mind about fighting this battle out. On top of all the defects on this ship and the weather we are fighting in, I am running away. There is no way this ship is gonna... It's gonna perform poorly on a calm sea state. I can only imagine what it performed like in this, especially against a torpedo boat and a destroyer. We're just getting the hell out of this one. Alright, it's now May of 1903. It's been, I think our last engagement was in June of 1902. It's been a full year since our last engagement, and things are changing slightly on the map. We'll go over that after this battle. I mean, this is not a big fight, but we're going to jump into this one anyway, just because I need to see my ships shoot something. So we corner two of these light cruisers. They've actually been sitting over here for the last year, so they've got to be low on fuel. Figured to be getting some basing out of here, but we are currently conquering that anyway. So let's go sink these things. Alright, it's taken me a while, but I finally caught up to at least the rear light cruiser of the two. The other one's up here somewhere. Caught up to the Cordelia. They are running at their max speed. They're not low on fuel. I have my torpedo boats run ahead at their max speed at 28 knots. As you can see, we've left the light cruisers and battleships and heavy cruisers far behind. The CLs only make a max in 19 knots. So we may have to do this with just the torpedo boats. Unless we can slow these things down enough to bring in the heavier ships. But we definitely do have the range advantage on the torpedoes. It's too bad we can't smoke up like they can. So I have actually the light cruisers following the torpedo boats and the battleship and heavy cruisers following the light cruisers. because they run even slower. We do have a seasoned crew on the Antares. A seasoned crew on all 5 of the torpedo boats. They have actually done a lot of action in every fight they've been. And they don't have a lot of crewmen, so it's easy to get the crew training up on them. San Giorgio and the Alberto have seasoned crews. The Agreda has a trained crew. The Augustus is seasoned. Somehow... Oh, the Paloro is a new heavy cruiser, so she has a green crew. She's a replacement for the one that went down. And the Etna has a seasoned crew. I forgot, we did have the big fleet action with this battle group. Already got 3% crew losses on these things. These are their older, light cruisers, so they got paper-thin armor. So the 3-inchers are just punching through them. Now it's just a matter of, we're 28 knots, they're 23. It's just a matter of slowly passing them by and then hopefully getting some good torpedo salvos off to them. Getting some flooding in so the escorts can catch up. And with engine damage, that's not going to help. That just knocked us down to 18 knots. And I thought I had change formation. Change formation is turned off. Why are you changing formation? Why did you join another formation? What just happened there? That shouldn't have happened. Yeah, you get out. You get the hell out. I'd like to know why she joined another formation. That shouldn't have happened. Let's take them off follow so that they don't have my ships cut into their formation. That's a little annoying. So we can't slow them down. We're going to have to retreat out of this fight. We get 6% crew loss, got her damage control down. Gladiator's low on fuel, okay. We've got to sail into their torpedo range, but that's fine. Should be able to avoid it. Give me a normal launcher in your tubes. Yep, we're not going to avoid that. That's fine. Detaching on the edge to that line. Alright, get out. And she's going to avoid those torps. Still got the damaged engine. With the no armor, the engines get damaged very easily on these things. This is a dangerous ship if she hits us. Ooh, dud torpedo. I didn't even realize she launched. Alright, I'm going to have her go AI for now. Keep them in the fight. How does that look in? Oh, beautiful hit. Actually, can I not have her go AI? Nah, what's going on there? Oh crap, I'm not paying attention. We just ran right next to the Gladiator. Too close for that torpedo to arm. Oof. Oof. You got lucky right there. Yeah, I'll tell you, you just start retreating. Germany, give me a normal launch. The following, like, you'll give me a normal also. Actually, turn yours off again. She's kind of moving weird. Beautiful hit. Alright, this next set will put her down. And if they're not duds, it'll put her down. Of course that torpedo hits. Beautiful. That did her in. Goodbye. A lot more damage to my torpedo boats than I expected them to, but my torpedo boats basically ripped them apart. That was beautiful. They lost 26 men. They lost 272 in the light cruisers Gladiator and Cordelia. Eclipse class. We haven't fought these before. 8 single 6.4s. How the hell did they fit those? I can't fit that stuff onto mine. What the hell? They're worth $7 million a pop. So they gave us 3,604 points. They're 13. Like I said, there are some things happening on the map. We beat back the British offensive into the Italian Somaliland. And I don't know what the British Empire is thinking right now. They are launching all these offensives against China, sending in like 20,000 men against almost 1 million. 10,000 men attacking almost 600,000. Around 41,000 attacking another 630,000. I don't know what is up with the British Empire. They were making some bad mistakes. Even attacking the Italian Somaliland, they'd only sent like 30,000 men, and we beat it back with 5,000. Because their logistics suck right now. So we're now attacking in diverse East Africa. And I did break my rule a little bit here, as I did land at Oman when I was given the chance by my government. Because that allowed us to attack into the Trucal states. So if I got to add this a little bit onto the new Roman Empire, I will. So hopefully it's actually, maybe we'll start getting control of the Red Sea in its entirety. I mean, what the hell are the Soviets doing in Sudan? Were they already there and I just never noticed? That's a possibility. I just wasn't paying attention. Yeah, we're attacking with almost 18,000 men. They have 979 defending it. We can win that in a turn or two. Just roll through it. And we have an 8% advance there, 16% advance here. But they're only defending with less than 3,000 men now. And we've taken about 200 casualties, so this is a very slow burn war as the British fleets are just not engaging us. Speaking of which, I'm going to send my torpedo boats back to port at Masao to get repaired and rearmed. And hopefully we'll 5 destroyers and a torpedo boat. There's a battleship and a heavy cruiser. Maybe now we're sending the torpedo boats away. Maybe they'll try to engage us. It's only 17,000 tons in this force, so that's an older battleship. But they're going to go join these, so maybe they're trying to put a task force together to fight me. Now that the torpedo boats are moving away, they may just do that. Alright, I was really hoping this British fleet would come out to engage me, but we went out to go and get it. So, we have the battleship Lord Nelson at 12,600 pounds, another bulwark class. The heavy cruiser Blenheim of the Undaunted class with 2 single 7.1s. Really? That's interesting. 14 single 3.3s, 4 underwater tubes. 6 destroyers, all of the Nautilus class. 1 5.4 inch deck gun, 1 single 1.5 inch deck gun, 3 single torpedo tubes. Okay. And torpedo boat Charger, Mermaid class. 2 single 4.4s, 4 single 2 inch guns, and 2 single deck tubes. Okay. I'm more worried about the destroyers than anything else. The Nelson, the Blenheim, we can drop them at range. The rest of this I am worried about, but they may also be fat. What's their speed? They get 16 knots. We can get 18, so we can catch up to the Nelson. So they do have to turn and defend it. Let's go jump into this one. All right, we've engaged the Nelson at a range of around 11.2, 11.3 kilometers. She already sent some of her first shells out, I think. Yeah, but I haven't seen where they went. I haven't even seen them incoming. And our 6 is even engaging. That's actually the only gun that's not upgraded on this ship right now is the 6-inch. Everything else is Mark II, though we did unlock the Mark II 6-inchers very recently. So she's probably trying to run. No, she's sailing at us. Low fuel, she's actually coming to engage us. So we're going to turn slightly, get our 13 to bear. So I have a feeling she's going to want to close the distance more than we do. We do have the new stereoscopic range finding on here, so hopefully she doesn't. There's the heavy, and she's already damaged with almost 6% crew loss. The Brits are at war with basically everybody, so I'm not surprised by that. I know the destroyers are not damaged because they're a little task force that's been sitting off of Oman for a while. 13 should be firing soon. Oh, good hit right there on that one. Alright, 13 just fired off. Saw a big hit. Doesn't look like we hit it unless we hit one of the ships behind it back here, which is a possibility. Overbend fire. I don't know where that shot just came from. Oh, she's already... What the hell? That's right, they only have the 0.3%. They only have 0.3 inches of deck armor. Their belt's got all the armor. Yeah, the main belt's 10.8. Everything else is 0.3. Oof. But you got the damage under control fast. But can she save herself from the flooding? Nope, there she goes. She's going down. What a poorly designed battleship. Wait, did she save herself? I think she saved herself. She saved herself at 7% float. But she's effectively out of the fight. She's got 2 shells left for a 12-inch gun in the rear, which probably doesn't even have the angle to fire at us. Nope. None of her guns are going to be able to fire at us now. She is just dead in the water. Actually, send Giorgio. Stay focused on the Nelson and just finish her off. Alberto, start firing at that destroyer. See what Egg or Dad. Start firing at that destroyer. Augustus, let's put your secondaries onto the torpedo boat here, which has already damaged itself. That's probably the ship that we hit and we didn't see it. Because there was that over 1,000 point hit, and that had to be her. I think once the heavy cruiser goes down, the destroyers are probably going to run. Yeah, I did realize I talked a bunch of that battle with my microphone on mute, and that was completely my fault as I didn't mute the microphone to take a quick phone call and then forgot to unmute it. So that's completely on me. So no action on that one. That was just my dumbass. So like I was saying, before I cut out the feed, I went to go hunt down the 2 damage destroyers, which we did catch up to because they were flooded, but the other 4 were way out in the distance. We were never going to catch up to them again. I saw them pop and smoke like 20 kilometers out. I'm like, yeah, no, they're gone. They're gone. You see, the amount of armor we threw on the Augustus really showed. We lost 6 men. They lost 1,090. The battleship Lord Nelson, the heavy cruiser Blenheim, destroyers Torrid and Steadfast, and the torpedo boat Charger, giving us 10,962 points to the 16 they received for getting 6 of my men. Ugh. Alright, it is now December of 1903, and pickings have been slim trying to engage the British. So it looks like they're now trying to bring a lot of their ships back home, but they're not making it through the Mediterranean. We got the Straits of Gibraltar locked down. Actually, not anymore. I did move that fleet back to refuel. We'll have it blocked again next month. That's probably all these ships are probably heading for the Med right now because they're all kind of sitting out here along India and along the west coast of Africa. So we did manage to corner 2 heavy cruisers of the Drake class. So one of them's not been refit, so that has the original 6.1 inch guns, and then there's the one refit on the Carnarvon, which has the 2 7-inch guns. Then we have one destroyer of the Nautilus class and 1 torpedo boat of the Vixen class. Almost the same. It's only got the 1 deck torpedo tube. Refit in 1898, so it's probably an 1890 design, if not later. Second refit in 1898, so very old torpedo boat at this point. So, yeah, let's go sink these things, and hopefully I don't mute my microphone again. Alright, once again, I did have my torpedo boats running out ahead, and yeah, these ships have been kind of sailing in an odd direction. Start beelining towards them. Best speed of 18 knots. And one of them's low on fuel, which means they have a cruise speed of 8.7, which probably means they're making about 16 knots or so. So I have a feeling the destroyer and torpedo boat have already abandoned these heavy cruisers. Oh, no, they have not. Surprised that 10-incher's not firing. They're in range. Now we know they're low on fuel. At least the heavy cruisers are. We know the main fleet can catch up. So we're going to ignore the heavy cruisers as much as we can. Take down the torpedo boats and the destroyer, because we can take down the heavy cruisers whenever we want. There we go. We took out the foam's torpedo. Very good, so we don't have to worry about that. She only had the single deck launcher, so that's not really a danger unless we got really close to her. And she only has a range of 0.9 kilometers. What's your range? 1.1. What's ours? 1.5. We have them a little bit on range, but not enough to make a big difference. Your 10-inchers are in range. Use them. Now they got no firing solution. And there goes the foam. Or the heavy cruiser, take out the destroyer. See if we can't hurt them back towards the main line. A lot of good hits on the Nautilus. You're about to enter in Terry's torpedo range. Actually, just everybody go to normal. You can launch. Torps away. And we got them herded back towards the main line now, so they're starting to fire. Alright, those are going to miss. If they might hit somebody over here, I'm doubtful, unless they turn into them. Andromeda, you need to break away now. There goes that destroyer. Andromeda went down. Alright. Build a replacement. No, we're about a year off from the refit, so she's not going to get a replacement. Okay, these things are proving to be a little dangerous to my torpedo boats. Look at the amount of damage we've done to them. And that was a bad shot on torpedoes. I should have held off. Alright, start moving away. And I may take a hit from my own torps here. Hard over. Holy crap, they hit. Oh, get out of there, don't go down. These torpedo boats have done such good work for me to lose them now. I mean, I was going to sell them off anyway, but... Here's Lyra. You guys. Can't believe they haven't caught up yet, even at 18 knots. They should have caught up by now. Now, Berwick's almost finished. And there goes the Antares. That's alright. No, Berwick's getting her flood back. My float never recovers like that. That is just annoying. But we forced them back at the main line, so mission accomplished on that. They are not getting away from us. I'm kind of sailing right in the center of them, so shots in every direction for everybody. Like a good party. There goes the Berwick. Can't believe I lost 3 of my torpedo boats. So friggin' annoying. But they did their job, like I said. And they also managed to take down that torpedo boat and destroyer, which was actually even better. Holy crap. You got through my belt? Really? This British heavy cruiser is doing some outsized punching. Alright, we lost 217 men and 3 torpedo boats, the Antares, the Learies, and the Andromeda. They lost 775 men, the 2 heavy cruisers, Carnarvon and Berwick, the destroyer Nautilus, and torpedo boat Foam. Netting us 5,733 victory points. They got 1,567 for the 3 torpedo boats. They are 1.7 each. But I feel like they got some outsized points for that. Once again, even though I didn't want it, my government has gone to a peace. But, get it quite... I feel we're going to get something out of this. As we've already taken over on the map, we've got versus Somaliland already. And we now hold the Trucal states, which we just took last turn. As soon as we took this peace deal was signed. And we were actually just about to go into a meeting engagement too, so that really sucks. So, I did have some smaller engagements, so I didn't show because it's all cruiser on destroyer action, which does take a little while. But the Scipis, my newest light cruisers, have proven to be very, very good at taking down destroyers and torpedo boats. They are just hammering. Because I had to put the Masao fleet back into port to repair from that last fight and rearm, because it takes them about, it's such a small port, it takes like 3 or 4 turns for the fleet to rearm itself to 100%. Brits managed to sneak a bunch of destroyers and torpedo boats into the Med, and actually this meeting engagement should have been a battleship engagement because they just snuck in a battleship with a heavy cruiser escort. But we're not going to get that now. But I'm very happy with the Scipioids. They've proven this, they have more than proven their worth, which actually allowed us to get up over 50,000 war score. But let's see what we can get out of this peace deal. Okay, not enough money to X for Cyprus, so we only got 427 million. This was not a big war score. So we're just going to X for Gibraltar for right now. And I probably can't even X for Malta, can I? I can X for Gibraltar or Malta. I'd rather have Gibraltar, so let's see if we can't get that. And usually the AI gives it up. I guess they reprogrammed the AI not to give up Gibraltar. Okay, 427 million. We can use that. We're a year out. We're less than a year out from our refits. That's fine. And we got another war coming up. We did ally with Germany, which in retrospect was a bad idea since they are at war with France, which we don't need a war with. So they're very unhappy with us right now. Negative 64 with France, and I think the Soviet Union's allied with them. No, they're not, but they're pushing for a war with us too, probably because they now border us at Sudan. We're still pushing into South Sudan with 85% advance. Start getting everybody back in the port. Getting everybody into being, so we're not spending as much money. Negative 35 million now that we are at peace. Got to keep that high until we're back at 200%. So I'm gonna have to drop the training budget back down to 35%. I think. Okay, that's negative 26 million. We got 978 million in the bank, so we can survive that for a little while, not long. But we're growing at 6% right now with the war economy. Once the economy starts kicking back in again, we should be good to go with the finances. We're looking on research. We unlocked a lot of stuff over the last 4 years, and we got a lot of stuff getting ready to unlock again. So we should have some nice ship upgrades to deal with at the next refit. So I'm going to keep the map rolling along. Hopefully we stay at peace until the refits are finished, but I'm highly doubtful. We're allied with Germany. We can't stay out of this war too long. We're actually also allied with Austria. And Germany and France both have 100% logistics, which is an issue. I do not need a ground invasion against France anywhere because of the logistics difference. So I need these refits done. I need the cruisers to be a little more powerful to get my logistics up. Like I said, we're going to keep this rolling along just until we get to January. We'll see if we can make that far without going back to war again. And we are now at war with France. The one war I did not want. I was trying to push it off. I was hoping to make it into my refits before the war kicked off. Because as long as I get the ships in for a refit, okay, 2 months without my fleet, that's fine. Now it's going to be an issue to get the refits done. It's October 1904. Now, probably could have started the refits already, but I was waiting for a few more things to unlock that were kind of tasty. So, and I really can't afford to spend the money. Like plus 20 relations with France, it cost me 150 million. I have 889 million, and I'm about to do the refits, so I just can't even afford to do that. And my unrest is already at 38.8%. I don't even know why it's gone that high. The unrest should have gone down with the peace treaty with Britain, but it did not. So, here we are, back at war. Is there anything? Yep, I need more money. That's the only thing that's not going to raise unrest. The other two raise unrest. So I lose 5 prestige, negative 3 France, but we just went to war, so what does it matter? And it's a war I did not need. It looks like we're kicking it off with taking out a lot of their transports. That's good. Yep, coming up on refits, not selling anything. You know, the logistics are down to 79%, but mine's down to 32% because we do have 7 unguarded ports right now. Now, I wasn't going to build more light cruisers until after the refit. That's just 7 unguarded ports has us down to 32%. That's a big drop. It's a 12% drop or 14% drop from what we did have at the start of the war with Britain. I haven't lost any light cruisers either. And France is making big advance. Holy, I think it's the first time I'm going to see France take over a piece of Germany. It's usually the other way around. What is going on here? What happened to German logistics? They're down to 5%. They were at 100% not that long ago. Holy crap. 34 ships to 68. So yeah, we do need to help the Germans out. We got to start getting rid of the French light cruisers. But look, like the British, it looks like they're at war with everybody. So maybe we can make a difference. Even with our fleet going into dry dock soon, we should be able to start making a difference on that. I'm hoping we don't have any engagements anytime soon, but we'll see. I want to run this through, because we're right on top of January, so I don't want to run this through to 1905. Alright, I was hoping to run us through to 1905, but it looks like we already got missions popping off, and the French have already started an advance into North Italy. We're defending with 563,000, and they're sending 363,000 at us, and they're probably going to win, just kind of like they're steamrolling the Germans up here. Ugh. This is a war I did not need. At all. We gotta run the war score up fast and get a peace fast, but I think we'll start working on that next episode. So once again, if you're a new viewer, return viewer, you're not yet subscribed, please think about hitting that subscribe button. If you do, remember that bell icon for the next video comes out. Following along in the series and enjoying it, don't forget to drop an AP shell into that like button, HE shell into that comment section, and I will see you all at the next episode. Stay grumpy.